So welcome everyone. This is our strength and conditioning class. This is our third session for this class. So remember, we have 10 weeks. So today's class will go through 5 giant sets, and we'll do each giant set, which is going to contain, I believe, 3 to 4 exercises, and the last three sets or sorry, the last 3 giant sets, um, the last 2 giant sets are 3 exercises, and the very last one is actually a superset. It's just 2 exercises. Okay, so nothing too wild. We could possibly even combine the last 5 exercises together. So that would be 4 giant sets. So, anyways, that's what we have in line for today. So equipment, dumbbells, a chair, and then also your yoga mat. So for some floor exercises, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. I like starting my fitness tracker as soon as we start the class, just so we could really see what we burn for the class. But yeah, I don't know. I was trying to figure out. I was asking my wife yesterday. I was like, I don't know if the camping trip just drained me, or maybe this being going into our third week of daily movement up and down. But yeah, I just feel like energy levels just very low.
Is the weather.
It could be the weather, and then sometimes I just had a coffee about an hour ago, and sometimes coffee's like, pick me up, or sometimes let's do some neck circles, or sometimes I just feel like it just drains me for some reason. But yeah, the weather alone doesn't really help. But I prefer this over hot, sweaty, muggy weather. Switch. So yeah, so we have about 4, 12, 7, 17 different lifts. We'll get through each of those at least twice. Reverse. So yeah, if your energy level is pretty low, um, don't worry about how many calories we're burning or any of that. Let's just get through today. Tomorrow we have mobility and flexibility. So yeah, and if you get if you have some energy remaining, then you could always go for a walk or do some chores around the house. Switch. Trunk rotation. Ooh. Let's go with ab circles. Uh, we'll do 5 on each side. Got Miss Newer, Kathleen. You got Olivia. Got Julie. Got Julie. Morning. Big hip circles. Ooh. Switch. A little bit of balance work. Quad stretch. So grab right above your ankle and pull back. Yeah, I usually take like an easy week of lifting or just of fitness in general about every 8 weeks. And I think I'm definitely due. I thought I was like on week 6 or 7, but I think this might be like week 9 for me. So yeah, you kind of want to schedule an easy week in your training regimen. So, all right, let's go ahead and do our hamstring stretch. The slight bend with the knees all the way down. Grab your ankles and bring your glutes down and up. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. All right, and our last one is our deep squat. Just squat down right here. And rise. Alrighty. So just so we know what we're getting for equipment. So yeah, we're gonna need a chair, dumbbell, yoga mat. So first round, we're gonna do each giant set two times. So first round for giant set, we have dumbbell squats, dumbbell front raises. So dumbbell squats, dumbbells here, and we're just gonna squat. If you don't have your dumbbells or you're feeling a little bit fatigued, you could just do body weight. Okay. We're gonna do 10 to 12. Then dumbbell front raises. So dumbbells here. My palms are facing behind me, and that's gonna focus on the shoulder. Okay, dumbbell good mornings. That's when we have a dumbbell here on our chest, and we're just gonna hinge at the hip. Back is nice and straight, and then come back up. Okay, that's working on the lower back. And then we're gonna get on the floor and do push-ups. So 10 to 12 push-ups, again, regular push-ups or modified push-ups on your knees. Okay, so those 4 movements, 2 rounds. So let's go ahead and get that going. So, and then recovery in between, it'll be somewhere between 45 seconds to a minute. So remember, this workout, the goal is not to, um, get your heart rate pumping too much. We want to have good form. So with good form, you want to be nice and recovered for every set. All right. So let's go ahead and begin. 1 second. All right. So hopefully everyone's feeling ready to start. Okay. So dumbbell squat, we have 10 to 12. So I'm going to grab my dumbbells here. Just going to grab one first and begin. I'm going to do goblet. So 10 to 12. 1, 2. Make sure you get low enough. Inhale, exhale on your way up. 4, 5, 6. And these are one nice stretch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. So if you're tracking your weight, if you have a little notepad, you can always write down how many pounds you're lifting and then how many reps you did. So yeah, so now we have front raises. I'm gonna grab some smaller dumbbells for those. So front raises, dumbbells are here. I'm gonna bring up and back down. Okay, so we want full recovery or close to full. So we'll take about a minute rest in between each one. About another 15 seconds. So again, dumbbells are here. Raise them shoulder height, control it down. You shouldn't just like raise them and let gravity bring them back down. So just control up, control down. Okay. And we also have we have 12 for this one. Okay. If you're ready, let's go ahead and begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. We have our good mornings next. So remember, good mornings. If you have some room, you could do these. And if you have some tenderness on your back, you could just do the stretch, which would just be, I would just kind of keep my hands at my hips and then stick your hips out and then just hinge at the hip, then come up. And if that just seems a bit easy, then grab the dumbbell, heavy object here, and then that's gonna add a little bit of resistance, okay? So, all right. We have 12 good mornings as well. So I'm just gonna rest the dumbbells here on my shoulders. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 12, 10, 11, 12. Push-ups. So again, based on your energy level, you could do anywhere between 10 and 15 of the push-ups. So you could do modified push-ups, regular push-ups, or yeah, those are pretty much your options. So modified would just be knee assisted. And we're doing 10 to 5. Make sure it's a nice, consistent movement. It shouldn't be just like a sudden jerk. About another 15 seconds. And we have 2 rounds of this, okay? Ready? And begin. So 10 to 15. All right. Good stuff. All right, we'll take a little bit more rest in between sets. We have 90 seconds rest, okay? So we're gonna do that circuit a second time. And when we're lifting, we wanna do multiple sets. We don't wanna just do one and done, because we do wanna make sure that we're fatiguing, stressing that muscle. And usually the way to do it is to, mimic the same movement several times. So one step won't do it. One more minute. How's your one doing so far? Okay, nothing too crazy. We're not doing burpees. Okay, 30 seconds. So yeah, so even if you're recovered, just enjoy the extra rest because we want to be uh, pretty pretty nice and energized for the next set. 12 seconds. So get ready. We have our squats. Squats right next. So if you did body weight on the first one, maybe on this one add some dumbbells to it. Okay. All right, here we go. So again, 10 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Work. Have our front raises next. How are you doing, Julie? Good. Okay. Appreciate you joining us this term. All right. Ready? Front raises. So grab those dumbbells. Here we go. 10 to 12 or 12 actually. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 30 seconds. We have good mornings next. Our final set of good mornings. Oof. 10 seconds. I'm gonna try a different stand on this one. This shoulder wasn't too comfortable. Ready? Begin. 1. Yeah, this is better. 2, 3. So 10 to 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. 12. All right. 30 seconds rest. Back to our push-ups. So our last round of push-ups right here. Remember 10 to 15, depending how you're feeling. Oof. Okay, you're ready. Modified on your knees or regular push-ups. Ready, begin. All right, good stuff. Okay. All right. So we're going on to our second giant set. So we have our curtsy lunge. So you could have dumbbells at your side, dumbbell goblet style, but the curtsy lunge, or you could just do body weight. It's going to be coming across this way. Okay, so pretty much in this angle, this way. Okay, you're going to feel that on the lateral side of your glute. Then we have dumbbell standing Arnold presses. Dumbbells here, shoulder press with the shoulder rotation. Okay, do 10 of those. Dumbbell bent over rows. We're here and we are lifting. Okay, and then we're gonna do 10 standing hip abductions, adductions. So going out, working on some balance. Okay, those are gonna be the 4 movements for this set. All right, for the curtsy lunge, we're gonna do 8 on each leg. We're ready. 3, 2, 1. Again, so 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 8 on each leg. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. A little bit of a slower movement, but gets the job done. All right, 30 seconds rest. Remember, this is the Arnold press. So we have this motion right there. Okay, if you have your dumbbells, put them in front of you and begin. So rotate press. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's pretty challenging. The 15s. Dumbbell bent over row. On this one, we're going to go a little bit wider. So we're going to be bent over, dumbbells here, and we're going to flare out. Okay? So for both sets, we'll flare out. We don't do too many movements. That works on our outside back. It's usually medial, round down your spine. So again, we're going to be bent over, and your elbows come out away from you. Okay? We're ready and begin. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Is this easy enough? Is this too easy? Josephina, Carmen, how are you guys feeling?
Está fácil, Julio.
Okay, that fast. All right. So yeah, so if it's easy and if you're feeling like you want to do a little bit more during the recovery, give me some jumping jacks, okay? Ready? So standing Jane Fondas, 10 on each leg. So 1, 2, 3. So that leg is floating the entire time. It doesn't touch the floor at the bottom position. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Got 20 of those in. Okay. And we're back to the curved lunges. We do have 90 seconds rest. Okay, so if that seems like too much, do some jumping jacks, some side step jacks. Just kind of keep moving. If your energy level is a little bit better than most of us, and then you could also, just keep moving. You could do a few more sets of the curtsy lunges. We have 8 on each leg. But again, if you're feeling great, grab a dumbbell, hold that, and then you can also do 10 on each leg. Oof, I'm not looking forward. He said 6 to 8 miles. Like, I wish I could do 8, but my body's telling me like go 2 miles. And I'm hoping maybe in the next 90 minutes or so, I feel a little better.
Listen to your body, Julio.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. So fortunately, I think I'm in a little bit better shape than he is. So the pace shouldn't be an issue, but I think it's just being out there for a long time. Yeah, you're doing 8 miles at like 8:30 pace. We're running out there for like 70 minutes or so. So, all right, curtsy lunges, 8 on each leg. Ready, begin. And of course, the last thing I want is to get sick. So it's usually what will do it. Start doing too much, and your body needs rest. You're stressed. All these factors can get you sick. I already feel it on the lateral glutes. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. Oof. Yeah. I don't know if my hips like that one. We have our Arnold press next. Okay. 20 seconds for those. Remember, we're doing Arnold presses. We're doing 10. Hit 100 calories right now. Not that I'm counting, but I just happened to look down and we're at 100. All right, Arnold presses right here and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stuff. All right, dumbbell bent over rows. We have 12 to 15 for the second round. Make sure you're drinking some water in between. All right, here we go with our dumbbell bent over rows, so 12 to 15. Ready? Right here. And remember, we flare out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 15 those. Right, 30 seconds. We have our standing Jane Fondas. After this one, we're about halfway through the workout. So Taco Tuesday today. I don't have any plans for tacos though, not today. So let's go ahead. 10 Jane Fondas on each leg. Ready? Yeah. Try to go as high as you can without shifting your torso. Keep that torso as upright as possible. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. This is where we get our 90 seconds rest. All right. This next one, actually, yeah, 90 seconds rest. Use little bathroom break, whatever you need. We'll meet right back up. All right. So, third giant set, we're gonna do dumbbell power climb, lateral raises. So that's a curl, hammer curl, elbows up, and we flare them out and repeat. Okay, so that's gonna be 10 of those. Then we have lateral lunges. So that's gonna be step here and drop, reset, and drop. So dropping the hips to the same height as your knee. Dumbbell tricep extensions. Bend over, elbows here. You have your dumbbells, and we're gonna extend. That's working out our triceps. And then we're gonna do side planks. So we'll be on the floor for those. Okay, so that's gonna be a lateral side plank. All right, so grab those dumbbells. We have, let's say, 10 of those. All right, here we go. Ready? And again, so hammer curl, elbows out, extend, down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good movement. Works out your forearm, your biceps, your shoulders, and a little bit of your triceps on those extensions. So dumbbell, goblet, lateral lunges. So that's going to be 8 on each side. So remember, you can have your dumbbells here, then drop your glute. Okay, that's what we're doing. 8 on each side. 5 seconds. Ready? Begin. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. Good job. All right, dumbbell tricep extensions, tricep kickbacks. So again, we're bent over, almost like the bottom of the good mornings. Elbows are here, and we extend with our dumbbells. Okay, that's going to be 12 to 15 of those. Hopefully everyone's still feeling a little bit better from the start of this class. I'm feeling a little bit better. All right, so we're here, bend over, elbows, and extend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going for 15, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 30 seconds. All right, ready? Here we go. And we are going to our side plank. Sorry. Well, brain right there. So side plank. Gonna be on the floor. Okay, so mod two ways. You could be on your ankle and on your elbow, or if you're need a little bit more support, you could just be on your knee and on your elbow and just raise your hip off the ground. Okay, ready? 30 seconds. Okay, up. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one. Time. Right, this is where we get our 90 seconds rest. What's everyone doing? Okay, Carmen, you're good.
Doing good, doing good. Thank you.
Good. All right, Julie, starting to feel it a little bit. Yeah, good. Olivia, we're doing well.
Yeah, Julio, doing good.
Okay,
Thank you.
40 seconds. Ramon, I know you're doing well. Never heard you complain, ever. Josefina, does he ever complain?
No, no, todo está bien, Julio. No, no complain,
Okay.
no complain. Gracias.
Yo sí.
Sí, usted, yeah.
Ajá.
You hear, you hear him complain sometimes?
¿Qué le pagaste?
All right, here we go. Poliquin, so let's grab those dumbbells.
¿Le pagaste el
We have 10. Ready? So curl, extend. It's one. It's like 3 lifts into one. 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. Curl. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Getting there. In case you cared, about 150 calories right now. So lateral lunges or second set of lateral lunges. June 10th already, June 10th. Ready? Goblet style. Reach, drop, reach, drop. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. 30 seconds. We have our tricep kickbacks. Ten seconds. So remember 12 to 15 of these. Ready? So position, elbows at your side and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And last one of this round is the side plank. Okay, so if we did our right side on the first round, we're gonna do our left side on the second round. Okay, we're ready. All right, let's go up. 30 seconds, go. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one, time. All right. Stuff went into our last set. Okay. So last set, we have dumbbell underhand front raises. Dumbbell underhand here, down. That's gonna be, we did with our hands, our palms behind us. Now it's in front of us. That's working out our chest. Okay. Then we're gonna do our body weight single leg squat. So that's where we are on our chair. So usually we do this one on what day? On Fridays. So we elevate, come up. Okay. We're gonna do 6 and 6 dumbbell thrusters, close stand, curl, thrust. Okay. And then we're also gonna do calf raises. This is where we're combining the two giant sets, or a giant set with the superset. So this giant set, this is our last one. It's going to be 5 exercises, calf raises. We're doing 15, and then the last one is shoulder shrugs, which is just right here. Okay, so those are our 5 movements. Okay, ready? Front raises. Grab those dumbbells. And it's here. And again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gonna go for 12, 10, 11, 12. Next is our single leg chair squat. So remember, if we can't do them on with one leg, then I want you to just go no hands and come up. But if we develop that strength and just extend that leg away from you and then come up. Okay, so we're doing 6 and 6, or 6 and 6, or 12 if you're using both legs together. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Switch. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very good. All right, dumbbell thrusters. So this is one of the more challenging or more demanding movements that we'll do today. So again, dumbbells at your side, close stand squat, extend, squat down, curl, and press up. Okay. All right, you're ready. Grab those dumbbells. So this is another complex movement. So we're doing 10 of these. Ready? So here, and squat, extend, up, curl, rotate, press. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Calf raises. Grab your weights. Okay, so calf raises are here, and then heels up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Put those down. Shoulder shrugs are next. So again, we're gonna hold the same weights, or you could go a little bit heavier. You're gonna hold them at your side, and you're gonna bring your shoulders towards your ears. So up, 1, and drop them down. 2, okay. All right, here we go. Ready? And begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, good stuff. All right, this is where you got 30 seconds rest. And we're gonna do that round one more time. You should be good to go. Everyone's okay so far? Our last round. Not bad for, I felt like my battery level today was like at a 30%. Usually I'm at like an 80 or a 90. I can't say that I'm ever at 100, but today was like a 30. All right, our front raises. Let's go ahead and begin this last set. Right here, so again, 10 to 12. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back to our chair, so grab that chair. So again, 6 and 6, or 12 total. Got 15 seconds. 200 calories. It's pretty good. I think last time, for this class, it was like 220, 230. So we might meet about the same. So not bad. All right. So let's go 6 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And switch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wish I could sit on that chair a little longer. All right. I'd say this one's the hardest or the toughest one that are remaining. So our dumbbell thrusters. So we have 12 of these. Okay. Here we go. Last round of dumbbell thrusters. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Calf raises. Only 2 to go. Calf raises and shoulder shrugs. Ready? Dumbbells at your side. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Shoulder shrugs. Ready to our last round here. Shoulder shrugs. Go a little heavier on this one. My shoulders aren't too tired. It's more of like my hips and legs. I think those longer runs this weekend got to me. All right, so 15 shoulder shrugs. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 5. Good job. Stop the timer. 225 calories. Yep. Pretty close to what, or pretty identical to what we hit last week for this workout. Okay. With that being said, let's just go ahead, do some few stretches. Sit on that left hand, right hand comes over, elbow drops. And switch on that right hand, reach. And let's do some trunk rotation. So just rotate, legs pointing forward, torso rotates. Switch sides. I think that should do it for today. Oof, good job. Thank you, everyone, for getting me through this one, because this one wasn't easy. I mean, by the end of it, I'm like, we got through it, but just to start the workout was rough. So, any questions before we head out?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Of course,
Thank
tomorrow.
you. It was
All
perfect.
right.
Tomorrow
Great.
is nice and
Yeah,
easy.
tomorrow's
right?
nice. We might burn 5 calories tomorrow.
That's
So,
okay.
so yeah. All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a
Bye,
happy
Julia.
Tuesday.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Gracias, Julio.
Adiós.
Gracias.
Adiós.